beaten, tortured and humiliated. The accusation of Palestinians detained by Israeli forces during the war on Gaza and now released and in Rafah.
I feel pain everywhere on my body. They forced us to bend on our knees for hours. They kept asking me about the tunnels and about their captives held by Hamas. I told them I'm 70 years old and I know nothing about these matters. They hit me a lot when I couldn't find an answer to their questions.
Another says he was taken after being told to evacuate his home.
We spent the first 3 days without food or water. We were not allowed to go to the toilets. We were beaten harshly all over the first 3 days. After that, they moved us to another place for some new methods of torture. After a 3-day starvation, they gave us a meal that's not even enough for a child.
These are not the first claims of torture at the hands of the Israeli soldiers. On Wednesday, the bodies of at least 30 Palestinians were found dumped in a schoolyard in northern Gaza. Witnesses say they have been tortured by Israeli forces, then killed and their corpses put in plastic bags.
This is precisely why Israel was taken to the International Court of Justice with the accusation that it is committing genocide. And the fact that we see that the ICJ ruled in favor of South Africa and said that there is a plausible risk of genocide is simply, this evidence just simply bolsters that opinion. Look, Israel's been committing war crimes against Palestinians since 1948, and nobody has ever held Israel to account.
This violence comes after the UN's top court said Israel must do more to prevent the genocide of Palestinians, ordering it to investigate all accusation of abuse and that Palestinians' arrests are treated in line with international humanitarian law. Allegations of torture have increased during Israel's war in Gaza, from beating to withholding medication. Testimonies point to an increase of violations of Palestinian rights since October the 7th. That's prompted condemnation from right groups who say such evidence needs to be preserved during any ceasefire. Such accusations would undermine Israel's credibility around the world if supported by evidence. Its war on Gaza has been conducted without respite, has left little time for relief, and growing accusation of torture are adding to fear and uncertainty for surviving Palestinians. Tariq Azzoum, Al Jazeera, Rafah, in southern Gaza.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.